John, how did you get involved in the day-to-day?
Really through Brazilian soccer schools. I'm like an ambassador for them as a company, so I go around the world promoting them because it's from where I came from, the soccer school. When I was 14, 15, I went to my local soccer school, and obviously knowing Carl, he's in charge here in North Staffordshire, and he got me down to the college to launch the new facility and promote the soccer schools. So.
Like you say, you've come up through one yourself, so you've seen the benefit it can have on the young kids.
Yeah, the benefit's huge. I mean, obviously I started when I was 14, 15 and getting more touches with the ball. I learnt different tricks, and that kind of helped me get into freestyle as well. And obviously, you know, it helped me do that. It helped me practice more, and I met some great people. It was fantastic. It was totally different from a normal football, really.
You obviously, did you used to play for Preston, you said?
Yeah.
So that was obviously normal football, as it were.
Yeah.
So how did you get in from going training with a professional club to doing freestyle?
It's strange. I kind of obviously played for Preston. I played for Preston Town and teams like that. I always played football, and in 2003 Nike started the freestyle competitions, and I was like looking at it on the internet and on TV and MTV, things like that, and I was like, oh, that looks amazing, like I want to be able to do that. So I went to the next competition and I was like, oh, I'll just take part, see if I can learn anything, and I managed to like reach the final 16 and just with a few tricks, and I thought if I actually applied myself then I could go far and do quite well in freestyle. And obviously I started from that day, and now it's my career, travelling all over the place, so it's pretty cool.
At what point did you realise there's money to be made out of this? I'm going to do this as my job.
I think I started obviously as a hobby, and I performed locally, and I just like did it as a part-time job, and I realised there was people travelling around the world doing this and performing professionally, and I just thought to myself, you know, I could do this, and because I enjoyed it, I think, you know, why can't I make a career and leave something with the world, doing something I enjoy and creating a new thing, which is freestyle, which I'm trying to do. So.
And like you say, it's taken you all over the world. Have you got any particular highlights?
I've been lucky enough to travel to America quite a lot, which I always enjoy. Like California was amazing going there, and places like Asia, like Hong Kong, Malaysia, those countries were really nice, and the reaction from the people was amazing. So it's hard to pick one particular place, but I think it's just great doing it anyway. But I'd say Asia, and I think California is pretty cool as well.
What's the biggest crowd you've ever performed in front of?
I'd say I've done a lot of TV stuff, which is obviously a lot in front of millions, but obviously they're all behind the camera, so that's obviously difficult. But I think live is probably maybe Old Trafford with like 75,000 people, so quite nerve-wracking when you're in the middle of a pitch and you've got 70,000 people watching you, and obviously hoping that you'll impress them and do your best, so it is difficult.
And you've obviously been on Britain's Got Talent as well.
Yeah.
The dreaded Simon Cowell.
Yeah.
That's just started up again. What were your experiences of the show?
It was fantastic. I went along last year, and like I managed to get down to like the last 100 or so, which was amazing, and I just missed out on the live semi-final, which was a bit of a shame, but I enjoyed it. I met some fantastic people who actually went on to do really well in the show, and at the end of the day I picked up a great experience which I didn't have before, so I don't regret doing it. It was amazing, one of the best things I've done so far.
Did you get the dreaded buzzer halfway through a routine?
I didn't, no, I was clean, I didn't get any, and that day I had 4 judges as well, so I could have easily got a buzz, and I didn't get one, so I safely say I've not had that. So and those buzzers are loud, so I was pretty lucky. I think I'd have messed up if I heard a buzzer and it shook me up a little bit, but I'm alright, yeah.
Can you just explain what you've been doing here today?
I've been here launching the new sports facility at the college. We've basically run a tournament this morning with the young children, and together with Gordon Banks we've done the opening ceremony. I've done some shows for the kids and showed them what I do, and sort of taught them a few of my tricks as well. So it's been great, and it's a great way of publicising the fantastic facilities that this college has. It's fantastic.
Do you get a buzz of seeing the kids, like they're obviously all in awe of you when you're performing?
Yeah.
That must be pretty special.
It is. I mean, the funny thing is you never see the reactions, it's just you hear them silent, which I guess is a good thing. And like my dad always says to me that like he always watches the actual children, or a lot of the time adults' faces, and he said it's quite funny is the fact that they're just fixed on the ball and kind of how does he do that, which is always something I've strived to do, impress people, and that's what I enjoy doing, thinking up things that people think are impossible and performing it in front of them and seeing the face drop, which is amazing.
You obviously met Gordon Banks today as well.
Yeah.
Who's obviously a national hero.
Yeah.
How was that?
Amazing, and like he came up to me and said how impressed he was with my show, so that was pretty good as well. An absolute legend, like a World Cup legend, is known throughout the world, and the fact that he's from here and he's come to support the facility, which is obviously named after him being such a name around here, is fantastic. But to meet him was great. I think when you meet him, the first thing that you notice is how humble he is, and for someone who's achieved great things, you'd just think he'd be a normal person. You know, he doesn't brag. He's just full of funny stories, and he's down to earth, and he's a real person, which I think is fantastic.
You're obviously an ambassador for Brazilian soccer skills.
Yeah.
He's got a few famous Brazilian friends, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Pele, just to name one.
I know. I was talking to him about Pele. I've not met Pele, but Carlos Alberto is one of the main guys that I've met, and obviously he's played against him many times, and he was telling me a few stories of like some of the penalties that he took and the way he went up to the ball and bent it in the corner and stuff. So it was quite cool, sort of talking about Brazilian football, and obviously I kind of grew up playing the Brazilian method, so it's quite nice to have that connection.
And the whole selling point of Brazilian soccer schools is to play the Brazilian way, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's all about the ball being sort of size 2 weighted football, which obviously enables the child to have more touches with the ball, develop more tricks, more control. You have to pass the ball rather than just kick it out of play, so you get more touches, and all round technically you get a much better footballer, especially at the young age, sort of 8 and 9 years old. It's the best way of learning, I would say.
And you're developing your own football, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. I'm developing my own freestyle ball. I've got a prototype here actually, and these will be coming out soon. It's got like extra layers just so kids can sort of pick up freestyle, really, because when I was younger there was no real tool to say, you know, this is how you learn specific tricks and how to do it. So I've got a tutorial DVD which will go alongside the ball, so it's like a package that a child can buy and hopefully learn freestyle, and I can hopefully one day they'll say John Farnworth inspired me to learn this, so that would be fantastic for me.